digest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
We'll be getting there in a minute. Just give us a minute. Hang on. I can't hear myself. That's a miracle.
It only takes a miracle.
I had a whole funny intro for StreamYard. I won't do it now. Or do I do it? Do I do the funny intro for StreamYard?
Absolutely.
crack.
Never change.
Okay.
Do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Assuming StreamYard actually lets us start it. Tonight's studio is everything from cameras missing, microphones, guest truck backstage, and at least one person shouting, "Can you hear me?" for the 10th time. StreamYard says everything is working perfectly, which is usually exact the moment the screen goes blank. The audio disappears, and someone freezes in the most embarrassing position possible. One guest is upside down, the other sounds like a robot calling from the moon, and the host is clicking every button except the correct one. We planned a professional football show, but StreamYard has turned it into a live episode of Technical Difficulties, the musical. So grab a drink, cross your fingers, pray the Wi-Fi holds together, because tonight's the biggest battle isn't FIFA versus Uefa, it's us versus StreamYard. But I will give you the proper intro I did do for tonight. Anyway, right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the wonderful world of FIFA versus Uefa, two organisations that claim to protect us football while treating supporters like they're a walking cash machine. FIFA says football is for everyone, as long as everyone can afford £200 tickets, a £50 pie, a hotel room located 3 countries away from the stadium. Then you got Uefa, which is run by our young esteemed Josh here. I'm proudly standing up for the integrity of the game. Unless there is a new tournament, extra sponsors, or another 47 matches they can squeeze into a calendar. FIFA wants a bigger World Cup. UEFA wants a bigger Champions League. The players want a rest. The fans want affordable tickets, and both organisations are standing there going, "Sorry, did somebody say more money?" Josh is going, "Yes, please, me." Sorry. Then there's me. That acts a bit of rivals, maybe basically 2 seagulls fighting over the same bag of chips. So tonight we asked the big question: do FIFA and UEFA actually care about football, or are they just running the most expensive circus on earth? Let's get into it. And guys, do welcome to the channel. Now, the first one, FIFA have had a lot of StreamYard's had a lot of problems with audio. I mean, backstage, Josh was doing a great impersonation of Darth Vader. He really did. I think he will be in the next Star Wars. Jess sounded like R2D2, beeping all over the place. And me, I just sounded like normal, sounding like the silent man doing plenty of hand signals. But apparently it's all been sorted out.
Hand signals, you want to be careful there. Somebody might take that wrong way.
Yeah, they might do. I am joking, everyone. I am joking. But how are we, Josh? How are we today, buddy? What shirt you wearing today, man?
Bohemians.
Good man. Good man. See, I knew I'd get Josh into Irish soccer, and I knew I'd get him there. See, he's there.
I didn't care about the club. I like the shirt. I didn't get out because of the club. Oh,
Yeah, you do care about the club, Josh. You do care about it. And below us, of course, is the queen of the watch along, the lady that takes no nonsense for nobody. I mean, you come across Jess, she will send you off with a red card and a 4-game suspension. Talk about VAR. This is JAR. Jess, how are you this evening?
I'm good, thank you. How are yourself?
I'm all right. If you are noticed, we are missing 2 people. Stacey's raving at a birthday party at the moment. Now, there is unconfirmed reports. She is actually swinging from lampshades at the moment. Now, we can't confirm or deny, but we're thinking something's happening. And Nick has started a new company, which is proudly sponsoring the podcast. It's called Nick's International Rescue Organization. He has taken over from the Thunderbird. So at this present time, I don't know if he's listening to the podcast. I hope he is. He's hurtling his way down to Dover and his little Morris Minor, doing about 5 miles an hour. So big up, Nick, if you're listening. And big up to Stacey. Just be careful, Stacey. Don't fall off the chandeliers. Just be careful. Don't fall off them. But anyway, let's welcome a few people then. Of course, the first one is it's Leeds Angels. Big up, Leeds. Hope you're doing well. And hope you're keeping all right. We've got big up to, I do not know you. I've never known you. I've never met you. I don't even know you existed until you come in. So
I don't even get a mention. You see that? To be honest, I don't want to mention from him. I don't want to mention.
Big up to LJK. JKEL. Big up to you. Hope you're doing all well. Big up to Leo Starman, the only man who wants me to put on my David Bowie LBs and go to Mars. Big up to Jess, who's gifted 2 memberships. I will find out who they are actually. So give me a second. I will find out who they've gone to. So I do that. Technology. Whoever said it was easy. Oh, dear. This is when you want some music while you're trying to do this. Just in the background.
Yeah, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? Can't lie.
Yeah. Do you remember the old adverts used to get the here they go. One has gone to William Fowler, 8553, and the other one's gone to Swigs Talk Spurs. Big up to you guys. Do thank Jess for that. It was very kind of her to do it. And thank you so much, Jess. A value member of this channel. Always have been, always will be. Big up to Colin X as well. Hi, old Jess. Are you happy with Harry Wilson?
Yeah, I'm really happy. If we can get a couple more in door, Colin, I'll be really happy with that. I'm just waiting for goalkeeper Trafford now, but it's past his medical. If we can get maybe another 2 or 3 in for Leeds, I'd be happy with that.
That's a good sign for you, the goalkeeper, as well as Harry Wilson, to be fair.
It's no but meltdown in Leeds fan base. They're never bloody happy. Bankrupting club buying him. Really? We paid 36 million for Rutter. What we doing here? We've paid an investment in Trafford, trust me.
Yeah.
He'll be number 1 goalkeeper in a few years when Pickford retires. I can't lie.
And big up to the man who's going to take over the Super Mario franchise. Super Carlos Brothers will be hitting a store near you very soon. Big up to you. And he says, good to see the rest of you UEFA boycotting World Cups. Ireland took the lead on that. Oh, yeah, of course we did. We're fighting for that. Guys, let's talk about FIFA and UEFA. We did get an apology last night from the president. It was that good. I couldn't even be bothered to put it onto a PDF. I mean, I was that enthralled by it. Josh, I mean, look, I'll start with you. You're the younger member of this group. What do you think of the FIFA president? Should he have resigned last night?
Yes. One word, yes.
That's what I like about Josh. Straight to the point. You know, he's like a politician. Straight to the point. Jess, I mean, look, you've me seen a lot of football over the years. We've seen UEFA. He was part of UEFA, wasn't he? And one thing's led to another. Do you think for the good of the game he should have gone? Or do you think it's all about power, money, and, everything else that goes with becoming president?
Thing is, Dermo, right? He ain't gonna go, is he? Let's be honest, right?
No.
He's only gonna go if he's shoved to go. To be honest with you, like they'd have to make that precedent and force his hand, sort of thing. Look, when you go out starting to sell shares in World Cup and doing what he did at World Cup in general with Donald Trump, I think it was his time to go. In my opinion, if I'd have had my way, it should have been a bigger man yesterday and not said, "Look, I'm staying." It should have been, "Look, I'm going," and then trying to if you vote for me, I'll give you a World Cup in 2030 in Morocco and all this, like you can have the final and stuff like that. It's all wrong in it, Derm, to be fair.
It is. Look, in my view, we all love the game, but the game's been brought into disrepute. It really has now by him, and he's supposed to be the world leader, of football. I mean, why can we not go back to a simpler time when money wasn't that involved in football? Yes, there was money, but not to the account it was now. I was watching a documentary last night, actually on Liverpool's double winning year, when Kenny Dalglish took over from Joe Fagan and Liverpool winning the double. Everything was simple back then. The players, the fans, okay, everything wasn't perfect, but it was simpler. I mean, Josh, do you look back, do you look at football now and you think it's just too complicated? It's just too money ridden? Where if you look back in my era, it was a lot more simpler. Money wasn't involved much in the games it is now. I mean, do you think that's been the problem? Sky pumping billions into it, the TV rights going up now from I think it was 300 million for the first Sky up to now, what's it, 6.7 billion for the next 5 years. You've got the Champions League raking it in. You got. Do you think money's now ruining the game that we all love?
Yeah. I think the World Cup decided to be played in America, Mexico, and Canada. Really proved it, but also with ownership, it's all about money most of the time. And the fact that also in the transfer market, the cost for players has inflated so much that clubs expect big money for any of their players, even if they're not worth 100 million plus. So them getting that much money has sort of forced them into paying big money, which has inflated the transfer market.
I mean,
at the time doing with a working class sport. It Look at prices of players nowadays, Dermo. I mean, you look, what would it? He went to Nottingham Forest. He was £1 million. That was biggest signing ever back in 80s, 70s.
Yeah.
But look at it now. You're talking 140, 150, 170 million for a player. It's crazy. It's hard to compete in it, Dermo, with the bigger teams. Look at Newcastle as a prime example. Yeah. They've actually had the midfield ransacked, and let's be honest. And they're owned by big owners, but they can't spend. Ganadas has gone. You look at that club. It's been decimated this summer window. I know they've brought in Dermo. Does not, in my opinion, weigh of what they brought in, and it's a sad thing to watch nowadays. They can't compete. It's crazy. They've got the money, but they can't compete.
Yeah, it's because of these new rules. The FFP rules are tightening up because of what Man City were doing, what Chelsea have done. You look at Chelsea. Oh, hang on, we're in financial problems. Well, let's sell ourselves the women's team. That shouldn't be allowed. That should not be allowed.
They sold the hotel as well. To get
exactly. I mean, the Premier League is full of corrupt individuals. I think football is corrupt in itself. Look, I'm going back to a simpler time where, as a young kid in the 80s, watching football was just pure joy. Watching football now is, and I did it myself last year or a couple of seasons ago. You did probably do it yourself, Josh, and Josh, you probably do it. You get into the end of the season thinking, oh, if we can go up another bit, that's another couple of million for us. You know, years ago you didn't think that way. It was, oh, I want to finish above that team. But now it's, oh, I want to finish above that team because A, that would get me into Europe, or B, if we finished 10th in the top 10, that gives us an extra 30, 40, 50 million in the hip pocket. Nobody thinks about the game itself. And then you got this idiot, bald-headed eagle, sitting at the top of FIFA, saying to Morocco, well, you back me, I'm going to give you the World Cup final. Well, the World Cup should be one country. That's it. Am I asking for too much? Next World Cup, 6 countries are hosting a World Cup game on 6 different continents. Europe, no, is it? No, it's 2 different continents. Sorry. Europe, 3. Europe, Africa, and South America. I mean, Jess, where are we going with this? What's the next? The FA Cup final going to be held in Saudi Arabia? Is that the next thing we're going to see?
I won't be surprised, a lot of sport has gone out to Saudi Arabia now. Wrestling, boxing, football a bit next. I can't lie. It's a commodity nowadays. It's all about the biggest money and who offers the best. Look, with World Cup in general, should it just be in Spain? In my opinion, yes. But we know we've got Spain, Portugal, Morocco, Uruguay. It's crazy, isn't it? It's absolute craziness. And do you know what, the sad thing about it is? It won't be long before FA Cup's played out there. The Carabao Cup. Maybe even playoff final at one point. It's moving with the times, Dermo. I don't like it. It's took that magic out of football a little bit. And that's the same with anything nowadays. 10, 15 years ago, you'd have never seen boxing in Saudi Arabia.
No.
Never seen wrestling out there. I mean, I don't particularly like wrestling. It's not my cup of tea, but look at how much has gone out there now.
It is. And Josh, you look at it as well. You look at the amount of money it's making, right? The World Cup. FIFA have in their bank 4.5 billion as backup. Do you know how much more money does an organization need? And we know all that money's
greed. That's all it is greed.
We do know that money's not going into the where it should be going to projects, to youth development.
Football, Dermo. It should go to grassroots football because, right, when you look at, I can use Ireland and England. If you look at next 5 or 10 years at up-and-coming players coming through, there's not that many, is there, when you think about, like, for England, for example, like, when Harry Kane goes, who's your next best striker coming through? All that money, what's earned there, should be pumped back into redeveloping from grassroots up, because that's how you do it, but they're not bothered about that. It's just line the pockets, grease the palms.
That's it. I mean, Josh, you're a young lad, right? You're young. You've seen the game in this new modern sort of age. Do you look back at the old days and thinking, I wish it was like that? Or are you just used to it because this is what it's all you're known like, to be fair?
Sort of used to it, to be fair, with all football's all about money these days, not like a working class sport. I'm kind of used to it. I want it to get back to how it used to be, but I'm just so used to it that I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, I've got no worries about upgrading stadia or training facilities, Jess, or anything like that. It needed doing. Sadly, after Hillsborough, it was one of the biggest things to come out, wasn't it? Was the stadiums needed updating. And I've got all Steeder Stadium, and should standing come back in, I think standing should be brought back in on a safety in
the right way, Dermo,
in the right way.
Yeah.
So that bit of it I never had a problem with. But as soon as Sky got involved with the Premier League, it's just grown and it's grown and it's grown. You look at Serie A, you look at La Liga, you look at the French league, you look at other leagues. They don't compare to what the Premier League is and its power. No. So are you afraid that the bubble will burst? But if the bubble bursts in football, that means all of it. That doesn't just mean Premier League. It means European. It means world football. Do you think that's what we need? And also, if Infantino doesn't go, do UEFA have to also say, right, we are boycotting the World Cup? I know it's going to affect England. I know it's going to affect Ireland. My country is going to affect Scotland, Wales, most of the big teams in Europe, as countries in Europe as well. Do you think that's what needs to happen to really bring football back to some sort of normality?
Yeah, for me, yeah. But you've got to stick with it. If you're going to boycott it, you all have to stand together.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can't just have, for example, I don't know, Saudi Arabia saying it, England FA saying it, Welsh FA, and then another 100 FA saying no. You all have to be in line with it. And that is the only way, in my opinion, that you shift his ass to move, is if you all stand in line with it and back it and say, do you know what? No, I'm not prepared to put up with this anymore. It's gone too far, this, what you've done. We want you out and we're going to boycott it. And if there's no World Cup in 4 years, so be it. But until you do what we want you to do and resign, we're not going anywhere. And I think that's the only way you cure it, Demo, is you're all in line with it. You have to be.
Now, Josh, the boycott, look, UEFA is saying the boycott stays. The boycott throws doubt into participation of European teams in the next FIFA events. That is next month with the under-20s Women's World Cup in Poland, which does feature England. You being a football fan and an England fan, Josh, right? Would you be in support of this, or do you think it's okay UEFA saying all this, but they're just as much as corrupt as FIFA are? So where are you standing in all of this? It's not fair on the players, is it? To be fair, because it's not their fault.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's not their fault, but they're the players. There's the people who end up suffering at the end of the day.
UEFA don't suffer, do they, Josh, at the end of the day?
No,
It's the teams that suffer because of the consequences of him who's in charge. But sometimes you've got to, how can I put it? You've got to take the rough with the smooth and do it, even though it's going to affect participation in football in general. And I know it's not their fault. Sometimes you have to do something, you have to.
Yeah. I mean, now it's just come out this in the last few minutes that England withdraw support for the FIFA president. UEFA tells the World Cup boycott still stands despite his apology. UEFA isn't backing down. Now, in the last 22 minutes, is it CONMEBOL? They've put out a statement saying South American football has released its statement backing FIFA's decision to hold its controversial plan. So do you think there's going to be a bit of civil war now between all the different organizations? You've got UEFA, you've got CONMEBOL, you've got Asian nations as well, you've got African. Well, we know the African nations are going to support the president anyway, because we know there's a link between FIFA presidents and African football. Also, you got Oceania as well. You got the US part of it as well. Where do you see this? Are we heading into football civil war now on the international level? Whoever wants to take that first. I think we are. From my point of view, I think we are.
If they're not all going to agree with it, then there's going to be a dispute in there, because you'll have some that will, and then some that have had the grease palmed and say, actually, no, we'll back him. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't, unless you're all in line with it, it's going to cause a dispute in it. Do you know what I mean?
So here we go. So, CONMEBOL says football's future can only be built on basic respect for the institute for governance. Should governance be under democratic procedures that represent FIFA's 211 member association? The statement mentions next year's presidential election at FIFA, and then CONMEBOL will not support any action or procedures that disagrees or departs from those mechanisms. The CONMEBOL Council calls for the presenting of the unity of football family, acting with its responsibilities, strengthening and dialogue, and fully respecting the mechanisms of governance, because above all difference, football comes first. But football is not coming first, is it, Josh? It's still, I want to stay in charge. I want to still do this. This will be done in another form or another way. You look at Super League. The Super League is here, but it's now been done within the form of a Champions League. So whatever the Super League wanted, Josh, they got their way in the way anyway. So are we going to see the same thing with this? It's going to come in a different form, in a different way, but it's still going to get pushed through.
Probably.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I just don't know. I do you know what? You look at football, and I'm a massive fan. You're a massive fan.
Politics nowadays with FIFA and
Yeah.
everything. And
It
we
is.
always say politics should never be brought into football. But the more you think about it nowadays, especially what's been going on in the last year, 2 years, it is actually getting like that.
Yeah.
Ram out of politics into football.
But
Well, if
hasn't
he'd been any sort of man, Dermot, he'd have resigned.
Yeah.
For the
Yeah.
good
No,
of the
I agree. I
Not
agree.
nothing else for the
No.
sake of football. He's going to
Yeah.
cause World War III in football. Facts.
Mm.
You know
But
what I mean?
hasn't politics and football always been intertwined, Jess, one way or the other?
I don't think so, Dermo. Not when I was growing up as a kid watching football. No.
No.
I only think that's
I
happened
think
in the last
there's
about
been
3 or 4 years.
cases, but
Yeah.
not much.
There has been cases. Josh is right, and I think you're right as well, Jess. It's never been as prominent as it is now. It's never been as in your face as it is now.
Mhm.
UEFA now. UEFA have not been clean either over the years. They've had their own problems. He did come from UEFA. Where do you want the next FIFA president to come from? Should it be a woman? Sepp Blatter put out the other day it should be, I forget where she was from, where this lady was from. Was she US or whatever? I forget. Should it be a woman? Should it be a South American? Should it be an African? Where should the next FIFA president come from? What would keep you happy? So maybe that's the question then. I think it should be a woman. I honestly do. I think it should be a woman as head of FIFA.
Look, Derm, don't take this wrong way, right? And this is not putting myself down here as a woman, but you don't see many women in FIFA
No, you don't.
in general, right? And I just don't know if it'd be accepted because, unfortunately, there's still dinosaurs out there that think that women have no place in football, to be honest with you. I can't lie. But if it's somebody that's impartial, that is there for the good of the football, maybe an ex-manager or someone coming through, I'd take that. I just think, I know what you're saying with women, but it's still quite a taboo subject with football because
It is.
you've seen with me, if I do a women's football watch long, the amount of crap that I'll take for doing it, like, I just don't know. And men as well. They're not like taking orders from women. It's still haven't moved with the times, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do. I mean, where you want it, Josh? All of this. What would make you trust FIFA again?
For me, about the FIFA president thing, I don't think it matters in terms of gender or race. Just someone impartial.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters in terms of race, gender, or anything.
So who is that person? Who is that impartial person out there that the three of us could go, yeah, him, he's the one? Where would your money be going on? Who would you like to? I mean, would Arsene Wenger be a good choice?
I'd like
Would
to see Pep. Pep, I don't think
that's
Pep-
not about? I would actually agree with you on that. I would like to see Pep actually given it. Actually, he would do a good job. But would he take the hassle of it though? That's the issue.
That is a $1 million question, isn't it, Dermo? But somebody like him, do you know what I'd like to see him get it? Zinedine Zidane. But
Yeah.
let's be honest, Dermo, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because they're all corrupt. If you want a clean sweep and get it all ready, you take the lot out and start rebuild it from scratch.
Yeah,
And
but
have a serious vetting thing where it goes on. That's the only way you cure it, Dermo, because you might get rid of him, but there'll be how many more in there that's still corrupt? Do you know what I mean?
I agree. I wholly agree with that. I mean, I agree. Big up, Stephen. Haven't seen you before, Bob, but do hit the like and subscribe on both channels. Mine and Jess's. Don't matter, they're all corrupt. Big up to Iceman as well. Big up, Iceman. Big up Derm and the rest of the panel, everyone in the chat. Big up to Iceman. Hope you're doing well, buddy. No, I agree. I think it needs build. I've said it before. It needs ripping down the starting again. I think the people that formed FIFA back in 1904. You look at Jules Rimet, who took over, who presided over the first World Cup. I think they're all turning in their graves, seeing what the organisation they built just for the good of the game to bring everyone together. I think they're running in their graves. I think the World Cup is not what it used to be. The
No.
World Cup's about money, it's about advertising, it's about when can we get the commercials in. I mean, you look at the last World Cup hydration breaks. That you saw me on many times in your channel, Jess, lose my shit over the hydration breaks, calling them advertising breaks. You've done it yourself, Josh as well. I got back to the 82 World Cup, 86, Italian 90, 94,
Did you
technically.
have them there when it were out? Because I think it were out of them, wasn't it, than it was in this World Cup? Surely.
Yeah, yeah,
Were there no stoppages in it at all, no?
no,
Wow.
no. I go back to 86 where you had 45 minutes, 15 minutes, that's it, game. And then you used to get probably 30 seconds, 40 seconds of time added on, if that. I mean, as the Premier League got on, it started becoming a minute, started becoming 2 minutes, and then the boards start coming in. There's rules now coming in for this season, where if every time the ball's out, there's going to be seconds added on at the end of the half, substitution, sending offs, injuries. Then it ends up becoming a 100-minute game. So I just think football in itself has lost its soul, it's lost its integrity, it's lost its
Identity.
it's lost its direction. It's not a sport that is football anymore. I mean, I'm a massive Formula One fan, right? Formula One is all about advertising, but Formula One is still Formula One. It still has its identity. Other sports, cricket, tennis, all have their identity. You go to football, what's the first thing people think of football? Oh, betting. What bet am I going to? It's all linked with betting. It's all linked with other industries. And the World Cup is the biggest con of all. How many times, Jess, did you say in that World Cup, how many favours did Argentina get to get to the final? How many games did you sit there and say, the referee, you lose your head over the referee decision, or England didn't get a free kick, or other teams that get. I can count both hands. Does that not tell you something, Jess, that this World Cup, more than any other, was the most corrupt World Cup probably going? And it was done in plain sight. We were sitting there watching it happen.
I think it's always been going on, Dermo, I can't lie. But I think
Yeah.
this time it's just been a bit more in the public domain. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
With
do.
what's been going on with Donald Trump and all that sort of stuff, sticking his nose in with football. I think it's just been a bit more put out in your face. I don't think you'll ever stop corruption fully, Dermo, but you can
No.
do things to make it harder to corrupt football, if that makes any sense. But I think
Yeah.
America the World Cup went out to America, it kind of made a bit of a mockery at World Cup, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
No, it did.
We see stuff going on, what were like decisions and stuff that were made in games that we're thinking, it's a bit iffy, that I can't lie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But I think
I do.
blatant that we all picked up on it this time. Well, I suppose before it might have been done a little bit more subtle. I'm not going to say that in any other World Cup there had been cheating going on, because there probably has been, but it was done more subtle. But now I think that were just in your face this time at World Cup, and it kind
Yeah.
of ruined the World Cup a little bit. It took that zim out of it. I mean, I enjoyed the World Cup for the teams that were playing, but the politics side of it, no, I didn't enjoy it. I can't lie.
I mean, Josh, will you see the hydration breaks in the Prem? I don't think you will, but
I hope
you
not.
never know.
Yeah, well, I think it could do, because in pre-season I've seen a lot of teams using it, even in non-league. Non-leagues used it.
It's got
I
a
think
point.
it could.
I suppose if Man United are a minute away from winning the league and get a hydration break, you wouldn't mind it, would you? Give your players a 2-minute rest to gear up for that last minute to win the league? No?
No, I'm not feeling it, Dermo.
Nah,
It's
I want
not
to
in here
continue.
because that was done for advertisement. So what's
Yeah.
it going to be done for in the UK for them? You know, that's more of a tactical break. You can't call that a hydration break because England's climate is nothing like it was.
No, of course it's
You know
not.
what I mean? We have hot months, but you look at really back end of May, June, July, a little
Yeah.
bit of August. Well, they don't actually play in them months normally. You know, they're on holiday or whatever. So what we're doing at a hydration break in November when it's -2 outside, come on, Dermo. It's making a mockery of it.
It is. It is. Let's talk about Premier League. It is fastly approaching the start of the season. I'm going to start with you, Josh, with Man United. Then, Jess, I go with you for Liverpool and Leeds, and then I'll do a bit on Spurs. But Josh, with Man United, how impressed have you been with your pre-season so far? And with Michael Carrick, are you ahead of where you thought you would be? Or are you where you think or are you where you thought you would be, if you know what I mean?
I've been really impressed with our pre-season. The first game, I wasn't much against Wrexham, which we lost, and we didn't get a chance on goal. The second game against Rosenborg looked really good. Played great attacking football, defensive football. The youngsters when the youngsters came on, it didn't look like anything changed. They brought energy. And then against Atletico Madrid, we conceded early, but we didn't allow a shot. We only allowed one other chance on goal for the whole game and won that game. I've been really impressed. And to be fair with Carrick, I think we're ahead. I think we're ahead from what I thought. At first, I have to be honest. I've said it before. When it came down to Carrick or Solskjaer as the interim, I said Solskjaer first instead, and I massively regret that because I thought Carrick didn't have much experience aside from Middlesbrough, but I'm glad we got Carrick because it's done really well for us. So really,
Do you know what? I've been quite impressed with United this pre-season. I thought they've gone around their work quite professionally. I think Carrick's going to surprise a few people. Jess, Leeds. Let's start with Leeds first before we head over to the red side and Merseyside. Do you know what? A few good players coming in. You've got Harry Wilson. You've got Trafford coming in. Also, Perry set to leave Leeds after Trafford signs. Do you feel like I'm sitting here thinking Leeds need to do a bit more, I think, to satisfy Farke's sort of ambition for the club, where he wants to take Leeds next? And look, I've said it and I'll stick by it. I think Leeds are a really dark horse for Conference League football. I think you can have a good season. I know you and Stace are always on the sort of pedal of, no, we just want to stay up this year, do better this season, then next season see where we go to. But do you think Farke has that higher sort of idea of, I want to be here, so I want to be in the top 10 this season? Do you think that is where he's looking at and really go for it next season?
Well, if your manager isn't ambitious, Dermo, I'm quite worried, if to be honest. Listen, for me and probably Alison and a couple of other Leitons that come in my stream, if we just stay up again this season, if we progress on 14th, that's a progression for me. I think for the next couple of seasons, we have to look at of just staying in the league and building them foundations for maybe 5 to 7 years' time, being in Europe. But you don't want to rush that boat too quickly because, as we've been seeing with Leeds 3 years with the last time when we got relegated, I think we just need to, it's steady away for me. Last year was a bit like a rebuild, you pull the kitchen out, put everything brand new in. This season, you update the appliances with better, which he has done. He sold Strauss. He's brought in a really good centre-back. That looks really good for me. He's brought in a keeper for me that's better than a lot of Leeds keepers. On par with Nigel Martin, in my opinion. And he's just getting that bit more quality. Do Leeds need a couple more players? Yes, they do, in my opinion. But, it's... Farke does have high standards, and one thing with Farke is he's only got a year left on his deal, and there's no resolution there with signing a new deal. And if Farke does go, then another manager comes in. It's going to change what Farke's brought into the club. Do you know what I mean? A lot of fans wanted him gone last season, and we stuck with, and he's done what he's needed to do, which he kept us in the league. He's got that monkey off his back. Norwich City. He's been relegated with them. Well, he kept Leeds up. And I think if we can get another 2 in and just stay up in the league this season, I'll be happy with that, Dermo. I can't lie. I don't want to aim why. Just for Leeds just to stay up again and build again next season, because that's what it's all about for me. And if we want to look at Europe maybe in 5 years' time, that's where I see it. And if we do it, I don't want to do it too quick, Dermo, and it hurts the
No.
club, but we end up getting relegated because of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know
Yeah,
that
yeah.
might be negative.
No,
and
it's not.
But I don't want to compete. Say we got Conference League, for example, and then we're in Premier League. We can't compete on both fronts. Not in my opinion, we can't. As it stands for me, just stay in the Premier League and, cup run, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I can't lie.
I mean, I was watching the documentary the other day about the move from Robbie Keane from Leeds to Tottenham, and his move he went, and I will send it to you, Josh. I mean, Robbie Keane, Jess, he went to a lot of clubs in a short space of time, didn't he? He went from, I think it was Wolves to Coventry to Inter Milan to Leeds, Leeds to Spurs, Spurs to Liverpool, and then he spent a long time at Tottenham, and then he went from Liverpool back to Tottenham again. And you look at that time where you had a great team under David O'Leary. You had to sell because of the financial impacts you had in your football club. You had to sell Rio Ferdinand, Robbie Keane, Kuehl, a lot of players that went to other clubs and really succeeded and showed how talented they were. Let's move to Liverpool, the Merseyside you rather love. The red side of Liverpool. What I do with you, Josh, I'm going to go and touch on Arsenal for you because Nick's not here. So I will be giving you the Arsenal side of North London. So I do apologise. So you can get that. And we're also going to touch on Newcastle as well because I want to touch on them as well. Jess, you look at Bancola could be coming in, but you're going to need to sell players to finance that deal. Salah's now signed for a Turkish club in Turkey. I've watched Liverpool twice now with you, and I thought the first time they didn't do too badly against Leeds. I just put it down to pre-season and getting used to Alarola as well. There was a lot of Liverpool. There's a certain Liverpool channel I watch. He was losing his shit, Josh, saying that, I'd like to see if Alarola doesn't get a defender, he should resign and all of this. Where do you see Liverpool this year? Do you see them challenging? All right, you're back now. You're right, Jess, yeah? Yeah. Do you see Liverpool challenging? Do you see them challenging for Champions League? Or do you think it's a season where you're going to have to give the manager time to build his squad if you look like a Klopp had the time to build his squad? Where are you going? Because you're losing big players. But where do you see Liverpool this time next year?
I've got a sell by date. Like, no disrespect to Salah, right? Salah's 34. Fantastic servant for Liverpool. 9 years, 7, won a lot of trophies. But look where he's gone to. Absence squad.
Just relax for a second.
Do you know what I mean? It's not. You've picked Andy Robertson up and Konate's gone to Real Madrid. Will he get many games at Real Madrid? I can't.
Yeah.
Look, Champions League Dermo and any cup runs this season for me. Anything else is a bonus.
Oh God, I've just really done my usual. Did you realise what I said about Salah?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Big up to Iceman. It's a classic Dermo. Yeah, it is classic me. Dermo signed. He had signed for a Turkish club in Turkey, and then he doesn't go on to say, "Where else would a Turkish team be? I don't know. Japan, Italy,
Northern Lights.
Northern Lights. Who knows?" I'm sorry, but you're not paying attention. Apparently, India playing Brazil on October the 3rd. There you go. Josh wanted to know that. I mean, Josh is. I don't know.
I think it's in football, actually. I think they're, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's in football. Well, if Brazil have got a cricket team, I'm worried, Josh.
I don't know.
Neither do I.
All I can.
Maybe a basketball match.
By the way, not you, Josh. Amy needs to not be rude. Just wait.
Yeah.
You'll get to your comment. Yeah.
We will bring it up. Josh, what look, Liverpool, your big rivals, aren't they, really? Man United, Liverpool, great rivalry over the years. Who are you fearing this year? I mean, you look at Newcastle. we'll discuss Newcastle in a minute, actually, but just quickly in Liverpool and Tottenham, who do you think is going to have the better season from your point of view?
Out of who?
Tottenham and Liverpool.
Well, I'm going to say Liverpool are.
Yeah, and I'm going to say Tottenham. That's why I went to Josh.
I think just going off signings in pre-season so far, I would say Tottenham, but that might change at the end of the window.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point, actually.
Just from what I've seen, I've not watched Liverpool in pre-season. I've watched Tottenham, but I can't. From what I saw, Tottenham.
It depends
Look,
on Liverpool getting Dermo.
But might change. So.
But why also asking that? Is there a difference for playing one game a week than playing 2 games a week? Because Europe. So if you look at the Liverpool squad, Jess, do you have a squad to compete on all fronts?
Yeah, of course we do.
Right.
Yeah.
Do Man United have a team to compete, Josh, on all fronts?
Yeah.
So do Arsenal. So do City. So do Villa.
Yeah.
It's how you deal with it, Dermo.
Yeah, that's it.
It might benefit Spurs. But what I will say regarding Spurs is, if you don't change that front three, what you've got,
Oh, we're in trouble.
you're in trouble because
We're in trouble.
what you've done now for the midfield and defence is absolutely fantastic. I can't lie. But if you don't change Solanke and Richarlison and you go with them this season, that takes a little bit of a zim off the transfer window.
Yeah, it does.
You've
does.
addressed where you need to address Dermo defence. Got some really good players in.
Yeah.
Premier League experience. Same as midfield, solid now with Tonali and Fernandes. But also, you've got to get the ball in the back of the net. You can have the best team in the world, Dermo, but if you can't create chances and score goals, it means absolute jack shit. Do you know
It
what
does.
I mean? I think that's what you need to look at. And I know you've been linked with Gakpo. I've seen that. Osman. This Bomber was supposed to be coming last week.
Yeah, Maz as well. We've been linked with as well today. We've been linked with him, Osherman.
Look, in my opinion regarding Spurs, and I don't mean this shitty, right? This is me as a...
No.
You've never replaced him.
No, we haven't.
Plus goals a season. What were Richie, top scorer on 12 last season, maybe?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like 12 goals, it's not a lot, is it? You need somebody that's banging 20, 25 in. That's just the name of the game. A striker's hard to come by now. A modern day striker just who sits on the edge of your centre back, very difficult nowadays.
Well, you look at Salah at Liverpool. How many goals? Yeah. But the problem is, are you going to struggle to, like, we've struggled to replace Harry Kane. Will you struggle to replace Salah? Because the amount of goals he scored for you, okay, maybe not last season was not a great season for him. We look at the seasons before when you won the league. Everything went through Salah. And I do agree with you, we need to replace Harry Kane. The only one, look, I don't like him because of his attitude, but I think the only one out there is Osherman. Now, there has been talk he will take a reduction in wages. That is what's out there. I think, and I agree with Giant Panda, absolutely. He says if Vienna is serious, they'll sign Osherman. You look at Liverpool, you look at Manchester United. What's the one thing they've done year after year after year after year after year? They've bought big players and spent money. You look at Liverpool under Klopp. Klopp, right, I want a striker. Okay, let's go and get Salah. I want this player, I want that. You look at under the years of Fergie, Josh, maybe a bit.
Played for Salah. We only paid 34.8 million for him. When you think about it now, for the price of players that are going for now, that's cheap, isn't it? When you think about
it is
$4 million for Salah, when you look at some players now, you know, like Gamara, 75 million. You know, Diamande is going to cost 120.
How much is Barcola going to cost you? Over 100?
145 for me. I just can't say that player's worth that sort of money. I can't lie. It's crazy money.
It is. It is crazy. I mean, Josh, you look at United and you look at what you've done. And I look at what you did last summer, right? You bought the 3 players in and you bought really good players in as well. Cunha, the player from Brentford, and I forget the third player you bought in.
And Blemo, Sasko.
Yeah. And you look at them, they've improved you, they've pushed you forward, and you finished third in the league. And I think it's a load of bullshit, this only playing one game a week. If you have the squad to to compete on all levels, then you have the squad. You're going to be competing at the top level. I think United should be thereabouts for the league this year. I think Liverpool will be as well. Do you think Carrick, and I'll go back to you with your manager, Jess, do you think Carrick has the mentality or has it about him to take United on a title challenge? Or do you feel it will come a bit soon for him?
Well, if you're comparing managers with Carrick and Areola, the
Yeah.
one thing about them is neither of them have won out domestically. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like, I will say that, like, Areola coming into Liverpool is massive. It's a massive club for him regarding Bournemouth. And Carrick's come from Middlesbrough, but he's always been through and through, Man United. He's played for Man United. So pair with them, really, if they do anything other than getting top 4, which is, I think, is the minimum that both of them should be getting. If you look at Carrick, if he goes into this season and wins Premier League in his first full season, you'd say fantastic. You know what I mean? Like, why didn't we do this before we brought in any other manager? And same for Areola. If he goes on to win it, like Slot did in his first season, fair play. Both of them, though, just top 4 football for me. I can't lie. What else is a bonus?
But
they've got the right manager now, Man United.
Yeah.
I will say that, and I think things will be different this season for Man United in Premier League. I can't lie.
I agree. I mean, Jess, you may remember. I mean, Josh, I think you might remember the Fergie years, but not as much as me and probably Jess do. But Jess, is there something about Fergie in Carrick? I can see it. There's something there.
He's worked under him, hasn't he? And he's got that mentality. Yeah, when he went to Middlesbrough, he didn't win anything, but Areola never won out with Bournemouth, neither in that respect. So now I just think they've got that right mentality with Michael Carrick because he's been at the club, he's played under Fergie. But do you know what it is? I think what Man United fans sometimes do is we need to move with the times now. You're never ever going to get a manager like Alex Ferguson.
No,
that is
you're not.
Even one of the best, the best manager in the world at his time. You know what I mean? No one that touched him, in my opinion. And I think that's where Man United needs to move on from now. Is you can't keep comparing managers to Fergie because nobody wipes his boots. Do you know what I mean? He was that good for Man United. But Carrick, can he stay there and be successful at Man United?
I think he can.
Yeah, I do. In time, if they give him that.
Where you want it, Josh? Where you want Carrick? And then we will move on to Spurs, and then the last bit of the show will be about our dream transfer for all our teams. So give you a think on that, guys. Get involved in the chat as well. Who would you be a dream transfer to if you can get him this summer? But Josh, Jess makes a very good point. United do have to go on from the Fergie year. He was a great manager. I put him in the same breath as probably Bill Shankly, as Bob Paisley, Brian Clough. I would put him in that unique group of managers that are probably above everyone else. Bill Nick as well at Spurs as well, in that sort of group of managers that were successful. But United is probably the biggest club in Britain, apart from Liverpool. They've both got massive names, massive followings. What makes United special? If you had an alien coming down from Earth and you had to convince him to support Man United, what makes that club special than any other club in the Premier League?
Damn, they can still attract players even when they're not in Champions League. That's how big a name they are. Look at last season's transfer window, right? Look at the players that they brought in, right? They're not even in Champions League.
I know.
Man United is a massive club, and it pains me to say it.
But isn't it the same with Liverpool as well? Liverpool have that big name about them. Liverpool have that. You look at Liverpool, right? I grew up with Liverpool dominating the league, right? United winning the odd cup, and Liverpool winning leagues, European Cups, FA Cups, League Cups, late 70s, early 80s, the early 90s, right? Then you had the Fergie year where United won everything under Fergie. Leagues, European Cups, everything. You had Arsenal popping in with a couple, Chelsea popping in with a couple. Liverpool never there or thereabouts.
No,
you had one.
You had Champions League in 2005.
Yeah.
FA Cup in 2006. 2012, the Carling Cup. It was when Klopp come that things changed. But what I will say with Man United is whether or not they're in a Champions League or they've had a shit season, they can still attract world-class players. You know, last season, their transfer window, and they still attracted those players, and they didn't have Champions League football. They've got that pull about them. It's the name.
They have.
Massive club. It pains me to say it.
I know it does.
It kills me to say it, but I'm not going to sit on here and bullshit you. They're a massive club with a big pull. Facts.
I mean, Josh, for you, what does it mean to you for Man United, right? What does it mean to you to see United sort of back in the big time now? Are you excited? Are you nervous? Where are you with it all, Josh?
I'm really excited for the season. I think we can do really well this year. After coming in midway last season, doing what he did as finishing third. And it's not like we played awful and grinded it out and got the wins. He's probably the manager, right? The manager who's played the best football in years. When you talk about Amorim, not good football. Ten Hag, not good football. We get the wins, but we also play really good attacking football. And with those players coming in last summer, and the players that we're coming in now, and then plus a couple others, I think I'm really excited for the season.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
I know I have to deal with it.
Ollie, it's something to do with StreamYard.
Yeah.
We do not know why. StreamYard cannot get. We pay big money to use StreamYard, and believe me, I had an echo. I logged in and logged back in, out, and bought in again. Changed a few settings, and it passed from me to borrow Josh. So I do feel sorry for you, Josh.
Yesterday as well.
Yeah. So it's a StreamYard issue. There's nothing we can do. I will be getting in touch with StreamYard to find out what is happening. Giant, again, it's not us, it's StreamYard.
No needs to mute. Deal with it.
It is StreamYard. It's something we can't do. It's nothing we can do. Look, I'm looking from a selfish point of view, Spurs point of view. I think we're going to have a great season. I love our manager. I think we've got a great group of players. We've bought well, and we look like we're going to add more. I think there'll be a few more coming in. I think we will get a striker. We will get paving in. But there's one thing I wanted to say to you two. Have you been impressed with Tottenham's outgoings? We've now earned over 100 million on sales. I mean, Jess and Josh, I mean, you look at Tottenham, we've been a slight laughing stock over the last couple of years, right? 2 17th positions, finishes. We've been a laughing stock. Our owners haven't spent. We've gone through world-class managers like Mourinho, Conte. It's been one thing after another for Tottenham.
Mountain Dew, Jose.
There we go. Big up to you, out.
Big up, Jose. No, I'm on the Mountain Dew, mate, pop.
Yeah.
See, even he's saying it, thanks, same issue on other podcasts. It's StreamYard, there's nothing we can do about it. We paid, like he says, top dollar to run on this. When you think about it.
No, we can't. And it's not Josh's fault. And Stephen's right. Don't mind the echo. Makes what you say sounds very important. And it does, because Josh knows what he's talking about when it comes to his club and football and basketball. He's a great tactics. I am getting in on a tactics show this year. I'm looking forward to that, actually, because him and James together is going to be a double act. So you look at Tottenham. I just want an honest opinion from you both. If we get the striker sorted out, if we get the left winger sorted out, will you fear Tottenham this year? You two.
Well, yeah, Dermo, because not just about the players you've brought in. Sometimes it's about having the right manager in charge of your football team as well.
And the players out as well.
If the belief, sometimes it's about belief as well. Like last season, like you looked at, and I watched Spurs a lot last year, and the so lack of belief that were there in the managers. You
Mm.
can just tell there wasn't behind the managers that were in place in Spurs. This season, I genuinely believe Spurs will have a good season. I've watched Spurs. I've watched every pre-season friendly this season. There's something different there. Me and Josh
Yeah.
watched it. The press is different. The wanting to play, you can tell. And I think if you get in top 6 this season, that'd be fantastic for Spurs. I can't lie. I can't
Yeah.
lie.
Oh,
I think it'll be a force to be reckoned with. Get that home form sorted. Get the players in that you need to get in. And I don't see why you can't finish in top 6.
yeah. I do. Josh, where are you on it, bud?
I have to agree. If you get a striker and the winger, but from what I've seen pre-season compared to last season, it's like totally different. It's mostly the same players, but it's different team. The belief that the manager's brought in, the way playing in pre-season, attacking, pressing, everything. You have to be counted as a threat. For at least top 4 European places.
I agree.
You're muted.
I love De Zerbi. I love the way he's doing it. I saw the way he reacted when we beat Chelsea as well. Just his reaction, and I just love the way he's given Archie Gray the captaincy for the 3 pre-season games, which I think is a very big thing for him. Yeah. Do have Archie Gray in the back of my new Tottenham shirt, by the way, number 14, Gray in the back of this. That's how much I support the kid. And look, I've been sad to see Bergville go, but look, it is what it is. If he does go, apparently he's going to Liverpool. So is Jed Spencer been linked with Liverpool as well. So you could be getting both of them. I can see the excitement on your face, like getting Jed Spencer.
I don't mind. I don't want Bergville. Nah.
You know.
And where's he playing, Dermo, in the Liverpool? You know what it is with Bergville? He needs to go to the club. And I think Nottingham Forest would be a good move for him.
I think it would be.
He won't play every week at Liverpool. Right, and a team like that, you know what I mean? Brentford, maybe, you know what I mean? A team, but not at Liverpool. But Jed Spence, I thought he played really well for the England team. And he can play on both sides, so yeah, I'd take him. But please don't read too much into a player following a team on Instagram or on Twitter, because it doesn't always mean they're going to join club. And from what I've heard at minute, there's not much out there. More you coming for Gakpo than Jed Spence, if I'm honest. That's what
there is. Jess, this is on your channel, so I get you to thank Side Answer.
Yeah, big up, Si. I appreciate it. Would you want Gakpo, Dermo?
Yes. Hell yeah. I'll take him in a heartbeat.
When you listen to some of your fan base, some are like, oh, I don't want him, he's shit. And then you'll have some that'll say, oh, yeah, I'll take Gakpo. One thing with Gakpo I will say is he's Premier League experienced. And, you know, he is a good player. And I thought he had a really good World Cup with Holland.
He did.
I just don't know if he's worth the money Liverpool are asking. I can't lie.
No.
I think it's something between 70 and 80 million.
This is where the Jed Spence thing might come into effect.
Maybe,
I think
they might bring him, look, we'll give you Jed Spence and we'll give you 40 million. But Gakpo, I'd say fair enough. It depends what right winger they're bringing. The thing with Gakpo is at the minute, until Liverpool make that signing, because if you think, right, a lot of the players were on the right hand side, but he's a left. He was coming on from the left, Salah.
Yeah.
So bringing Barcola in, he's still a right-sided player. Rio Ngamoa is a right-sided player. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going for the left-sided player. From what I'm hearing, they're going to move Frimpong up, and that might bring in for Jed Spence. But obviously, you've got Conor Bradley when he comes back from his injury. So I suppose it's one to watch. But if you got Gakpo, he's better than some of the options you've been linked with. Like Savinio's been going on a hell of a long time now.
That's just look. I still stand by that transfer will happen because I've been told it will happen. I'm going to stick my neck out on the line for that one. It will happen. I think it'll be a deadline day one.
I think he can do better than that, Dermo, in my opinion. The thing is with Savinio is for the last 2 seasons, he hasn't really played a lot of football.
No, he hasn't.
You know what I mean?
Pep didn't want him there for the last 2 seasons.
Out of position a lot as well.
Look, if we can get Gakpo, get Savinio, and get Osimhen,
then to rock and roll. I can't
Yeah.
lie.
I really would be impressed with that.
But from what
And
I
that,
know, Dermo, it's Nicholas Jackson you're sniffing around at the minute.
oh, please no. Please no.
Because I did a
No.
short, like I said, from what I'm reading, you know, this could be paper talk as well because,
Yeah.
you know, there's a lot out there. But Nicholas Jackson seems to be the name that keeps coming up at the minute.
There is a lot out there, Josh, that agents will just put stuff in the papers just for the sheer hell of it, just for.
Vinny Junior, Dermo.
Yeah.
Right. He, in my
He was
opinion,
never going to Arsenal.
Arsenal. But when you get a team linked, that makes your price go straight up. You know, agents say, well, they're offering it, so you need to beat that offer. And then obviously that forces Real Madrid's hand to say, well, I tell you what, then we'll give you this amount. And clearly, he's played the game. You know what I mean? I never thought that was going to happen, by the way. You just knew it would agent top. But when they went and put a contract to him and said, look, we'll give you, I don't know, for example, 450 grand a week. And they can go back to Madrid and say, well, Arsenal's offered this, which is more than what you've offered. So you need to offer more than that to keep Vinny here. And that's all he's done, is he's gone for the highest option. It was never going to happen for me going to Arsenal. But look how people get gassed over that name. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Josh, your mate here, Niall, is in. Big up, Niall. Hope you're doing well. He says, Josh, he's saying, Josh, hi, Niall. Josh, how were Man U going to do this season in the Premier League?
I would say so.
He's your biggest fan, Josh. You know that, don't you, Niall? Niall is your biggest fan. I actually heard the other day, Josh, it's no lie, Niall runs the Josh fan club out of Ireland. He's the president of your fan club in Ireland.
No, more like a club.
Yeah.
Isn't it, Josh? The amount of hate we take.
I can see the excitement in Josh. Well, look, guys, we are coming to the end of the podcast. I've enjoyed this. Stacey is still swinging from lampshades. It's now from lampshades on the way home from the pub.
Let me ask you a question then. Where's your expectations for Tottenham this season? Because you are the Tottenham fan on this channel.
Top 3 this season.
Bare minimum.
Bare minimum, top 4. If we get Gakpo, and if we get Osimhen, and if we get Savinho, we're winning the league. We're going to be title contenders. That's how I think we're going to go.
All right, then, devil's advocate, if you don't get a striker in, and you've got more or less what you've got now.
Top. If we've got what we've got now, top 8.
Top 8.
So that, for me, is so important that we get a left winger and a striker in. We've got a right winger in Kudos. Kulu's now coming back as well. We've seen him in training. He looks really good in training. He started down to do hard training. We know James Maddison's going to come back as well. It'd be really interesting in the Gaddafi game who he picks. See if we do see a James Maddison. If we do see a Kudos coming on for at least 45 minutes. And it'd be really interesting between now and that game on Saturday if we do buy anyone else, if we do get a signer in. This bumper, I think, will happen. But it's just a case of, I think he said it in the way he said it in the press conference, but I think the media took it to another level.
Yeah.
A lot of YouTubers took it to another level as well, including myself. I did a show in Who's the Bomber. But I just feel it will happen. A lot of talk about Harry Kane coming back. I can't see that happening. He would sign another contract at Bayern Munich. But I keep saying it, and I keep saying it. He left with 4 days to go before Brentford away. How funny would it be 4 years he comes back, or 4 days before Brentford away under a new manager? I don't know. But yeah.
What about our and doing for Tottenham? I know you've got some youngsters, right? But some of the first 11 or some of your more senior players, who do you reckon's going to go out?
Romero's out. Definitely. Let me get, actually, I've got it written down here in my book, in my
Bomber, it means like, you know, when they use transfers, like a big signing coming.
Yeah.
Stephen.
Okay, I haven't got it in there. Right. Romero out. Linked with Atletico Madrid have now come in for him and into Milan. I think he'll go to Atletico Madrid. Vicario will end up going to Juventus on a year loan with an obligation to buy. Jed Spence will be out the club as well. He'll be either going to Liverpool. He has also been offered to Manchester United. I don't know what Josh thinks about that. Yeah or nay for you, Josh?
I would say no. We need more left back, like an actual left back, left back.
He could be going out. We know Ashley Phillips is going to Middlesbrough as well.
That's
that
not
could go.
No, 7 million
no,
to 20 million. That's not bad for him, to be honest.
It's not.
You've got him going out to Cologne, haven't you?
Mikey Moore. Scarlett be going out as well. Mason Miller has gone to York City for a season-long loan, which I think is a great loan for him, by the way.
At Lincoln.
Yeah. So look, we've got Saab be going to Aston Villa. Where did somebody sent me something this morning? Hang on. Romero to Atletico Madrid, Vicario going, Saar's going to Villa. And Saab potentially to Villa will be clearing up a space for another CM or CAM, so maybe Scott or Morgan Gibbs, right? It's full on for a left winger and an out number 9. So Bergveld probably to Forest with Morgan Gibbs White coming the other way. Then you got Gappo coming in on the left, and then you got Osherman going up front. Danso staying. He'd be there as a backup to Mickey van der Ven or to Van Hecke. I think Sensini and Danso are backups. Then you've got Porro on the right. You've got Andy Robinson on the left. Your doggy probably be a backup to Andy Robinson. We do need to buy another right-sided defender to be the backup to Porro. This is why I want Spence to stay, but Spence wants first-team football, so you can't blame him for that either. I think Tottenham is still going to be in the business until deadline day. I think we're going to be doing business right up to the last hour. But if somebody said to me a year ago, this is the business you're going to be doing this summer, I would have bitten a hand off for it already. And I've said it before, Jess, I've been most impressed with Tottenham's business with the free transfers, with the Andy Robinsons, with the Sensinis as well. And we've bought Van Heckel, we've bought Tonali, we've bought Fernandes. We've really got a strong midfield this year.
Yeah,
and you add Archie Gray into that DM role, right? And you put him with Fernandes and Tonali in the 3. I think that is, if you're doing a defensive game, there's your defensive unit. The number 10 role, that's more difficult. I don't think Gallagher is that 10. I think it's either going to be Kulu or Madison, or if you do get a Morgan Gibbs White would fit in there. But if you get him and the Osherman, if you've got Gappo on the left, Kudu on the right, and then you buy Savinho as a backup to Gappo. Also, Gappo can play as a striker as well, so he can play in 2 positions as well. So you get him. I think we're going to be a very strong outfit this year. And then you got that mindset from De Zerbi. I only want players here that want to play for Tottenham. That's something we've never had before. And that's a bit like throwback to the Fergie years. It's a throwback to probably.
That's what we've done. This transfer window this summer. Why we pulled out some deals?
Yeah,
it's because they didn't want to play only for us. Tielemans only wants to come to us. Andre Santos only comes to us. And Darwell was just the opportunistic signing for a backup keeper. That's what we've done this summer.
And I think that's what Liverpool had for years. They had Klopp was, you come to play for me. If you don't want to play for me or don't want to play for this club, then don't come. And I think on the slot, I don't know if this is right or not, Josh, but I don't think he had that attitude of players were sort of coming because it was Liverpool, but they're also getting good money as well. maybe that team spirit that you had on the Klopp has broken a little bit. I wonder, and maybe you're now getting that back.
I do believe in second season that
Yeah.
there were a lot of stuff going on behind doors. Like I honestly believe that if Slot had gone before Salah's thingy, Salah would have still been there now. There were a lot of backroom going ons, and what I will say regarding Areola coming into Liverpool, they all look behind it, a bit like with De Zerbi. They all look up for it. The training's intense, and it does look a hell of a lot better than what Slot's had. You know, I thank him for the first season what he did for Liverpool, but he had to go, and it was the right choice in my opinion.
I think so.
It happened, and I think give Areola a little bit of time, and you'll see the fruits of what he can bring to the Premier League. Maybe not in the first,
believe.
but I think it's the right man to carry Liverpool forward as it stands.
Dream transfer. If you could pick one player to come to your club this summer, and please get in the chat as well, who would it be? I mean, Jess, you get two because you're doing Leeds for Stacey and yourself and Liverpool. Josh, I'm going to give you two. I know this is not fair on you, but I'm going to give you Arsenal and Man United.
Well, we'll give him a panorama player for Arsenal then.
So you can be a bit funny. You can be a bit funny with Arsenal, okay? So I'm giving you leeway. You can be a bit funny, right? So Jess, Leeds and Liverpool, one player each.
Ooh, for Liverpool, I'd like Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
For Leeds, I'd go Mbappe. That's going to happen.
No.
You know what I mean? There's some really good players out there.
There is. Josh?
Barcelona.
Yeah. Josh, Man United, Arsenal. Now, the Arsenal, you can be as funny as you like, so I don't mind. But with Man United.
Arsenal.
I'm going to go with that second. Please stop barking.
Okay, we can put the dog for Arsenal.
Yeah,
because he likes bark.
I would say too many. I don't think it's going to happen, but we need that proper defensive midfield.
And for Arsenal?
The dog.
The dog. There you go. There you go. Vinny, if you're watching, your new signing is not Vinny Jr. It's Josh's dog. He's signing a new 5-year deal. There you go. It's the cat.
The cat.
There you go. The cat's playing the number 9 role. For me, look, I'm going to say I would love Harry Kane to come back to Tottenham. I really would. Look, I get it. Good pickup by Carb here. Stephen's just laughing. He's just finding everything funny. He's just laughing. Big up to you, Stephen. We've got Carl B. He says, Osimhen, he ain't going to Arsenal. He's coming to Tottenham.
Now you got the cat, mate.
Yeah, exactly, Dan. Exactly. I agree with you 100%, sir. I agree with you 100%. I get two because I'm a giant panda. Big up to you, giant panda. It says Adam Wharton and Osimhen. That's not a bad shout, actually. Osimhen says Dan. Big up to you, Dan. Hope you're doing well. For me, Top Cat. That's Arsenal's new striker, Top Cat. But Jess, I am doing a redirect over to you for what time are you live?
10 to 7.
10 to 7. So guys, do get over to Jess. It's the only channel I redirect to, by the way. What you got coming up tonight?
Tonight we've got Shelbourne, Ajax, and Benfica Hearts. And I may do the Brazilian game at midnight. We'll see. But there's always watch-alongs on my channel, Tottenham. We cover everything. Yeah, we're there. Quizzes, crime nights. You want to join us for the real deal? You know where it's at.
Dude, it's a great channel, guys.
Let's get Derm to 3K subs. So if you don't mind, make sure we're subbing up to Dermo. Free to do when it comes out.
Means a lot. Thanks. Josh, do you want to put your basketball link in the chat? So people know where they can find you on TikTok with all the latest basketball news and all the latest news going there. So
we do one every week, Stephen, to be fair. Like, this is a regular thing. I only do work with Dermo now, so it's just like once a week we do this. We're going to move it to 5 just So it's easier for me with streaming. But yeah, if we're alive and we're available, we'll be here to do it.
There we go. There's Josh's channel there. Also, member as well. You picked up a membership while you weren't here, Josh. So you're now a member of the channel. So big up to you.
Oh, could I plug another one as well?
Bites.
Yeah, yeah. Put James's in as well. We'll put Bites in there as well. But if you do want to listen to all things basketball from this young man next to me who knows his shit, do get over to TikTok, Manchester Basketball News, and the one here. This is the man, right? I swear he will be the new Gordon Ramsay of the food review world. This man is going to be massive. Are you going to win against Nottingham Forest?
I bloody hope so, Rodney. I bloody hope so. We need to start well. Just keep like we did last year. Just keep the points ticking over, and the rest.
And there as well. There is Bite with James. Do get over there and give the young lads a lot of help and a lot of bigging up as well. So do that. Stephen says yes. I agree with you 100%, Daniel. Absolutely agree with you 100%.
I want them relegated this season. I can't lie. I know that sounds really salty, but what they did to their manager, they can go down. I'd rather Ulster.
I know we didn't get talking about Newcastle. We will talk about them next week.
All right, you've got time. Go. You're fine. It's only 25+6 to go.
Okay. Look, very quickly, let's talk about Newcastle.
Shit out the Dermo. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I feel for them now. I think the ownership have made a mistake to get. I think Eddie Howe resigned more than he was sacked. I think there's something going on there.
He didn't get that, did he? When mutual agreement. Look, Eddie looked at this Dermo. Look, I'm losing all my best players.
Yeah.
Are a younger breed, shall we say? Yeah, they've got potential, but they're not got the experience that he's like. No. I just thought, you know what? I'm fighting a losing battle with it. I'm going to walk before they get pushed anyway. The manager that brought in, they're not impressed with it. I can't lie. Saudi football's totally different. The Geordies are very passionate up there. They love the football, and I can't lie. I think this season will be a struggle for Newcastle, and I'd be surprised if they're not fighting at bottom with Leeds. I can't lie.
Yeah, I think so.
But look at them. They've lost Guimaraes.
Yeah.
Lost Tonali. They've lost Gordon. 3 big players.
Yeah.
You're not talking of, shitty little players that they've lost. And Joliton will end up going out to Saudi, and I think there'll be more outgoings than
there will be.
To see it,
and that striker's going as well, isn't he? That Walter.
That's linked with players. I think Arsenal got a gem in Guimaraes. I can't lie.
I have
say it, but he's a very, very good midfielder. He had a very good World Cup as well, and I think it's a shame for Newcastle because they've got rich owners, but they can't do all with it. And it's look at it now. It's decimating the squad.
I do feel that midfield, Josh, with Bruno Guimaraes in there and Declan Rice. That is going to be a midfield to match any midfield this season. I'm telling you now. I feel sorry for Newcastle because we all have a soft spot for Newcastle, don't we? One way or the other, we all have a little bit of a soft spot for them because their fan base is fantastic. It's like a religion in Newcastle. Their cathedral is St James's Park, which is right in the middle of the town centre as well. Especially with Kevin Keegan passing away as well, with his links with Liverpool and Newcastle. You would have thought they wanted to do something for his memory this year.
They are, though, because Liverpool play Newcastle first game of the season.
Yeah.
There's something done for that. They are doing something for it to be better.
Here's my tip for the FA Cup this year. They may not do well in the league, but I think Newcastle might win an FA Cup or a League Cup this year. I just think. What do you think of Glasner? A lot of people put Glasner in there. Do you think Glasner made the mistake of not hanging around before getting the Forest job? Do you think he would have done better at Newcastle?
Possibly, but Glasner, for me, why did he go to Nottingham Forest anyway? Look what they did to Palace last year, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and do you know what? It won't shock me in 6 months' time if Marinakis has got the old red card and sacked him. Let's be honest, because look, that manager who kept him up, all right, they got to the semi-finals and he sacked him on that basis because he didn't win up Europa League, even though he kept him up in Premier League, which is your bread and butter when all's said and done.
Yeah.
And since that time, 20 minutes before his deadline run out in his contract, he's a madman, that guy, I can't lie.
Yes.
Same as Chelsea. I don't see Xabi Alonso being there for the full season.
I think he's going to struggle. I really think he's going to struggle this year, Alonso.
I agree.
I do. I mean, if we're looking at Chelsea going to struggle, we're looking at probably Newcastle going to struggle. Who's going to be the most surprise team in the Premier League, do you think?
Coventry.
Do you know, I got something about Coventry. I agree with you with that. I think
they're doing good.
Yeah, they are.
The latest
I-
I think they signed Uranki from
Yeah.
Norwich. That kid is talented.
Mm-hmm.
They signed
Yeah,
a good defender. They kept the keeper from Brighton last season.
Brentford might have a good season this season as well, you know.
They
Yeah.
signed Chalmers from Burnley.
I tell you, Dilat might do well at Ipswich this year. Now he's gone back. I think he might hit the ground running there again.
I didn't even know I'd gone back there.
I think he has gone back to Ipswich, hasn't he?
Nah, not as it stands. Leeds have been linked with him. And I don't like Leeds just
No, he hasn't.
keep us toe in the water. That's all I can say with Leeds. I just want to keep us toe in water. See how we do. But I hope Leeds had a bit of a surprise package again this season because not many.
I think there will be. They're my dark horse. They're my dark horse for Conference League. I'm saying it, and I will say that they're my dark horse Leeds this year. My main ambition is to go to a Leeds game this year. That's what I'd love to do. So I would try to do that. But guys, that is it. That's the end of the Fans Perspective podcast. Of course, with me, with the Queen of Watch-alongs, the lady that doesn't do one but does them all, Jess, the man who's the king of Manchester, not just football but basketball as well, and also the two that are not here, the swinging Leeds fan who's somewhere in Leeds at the moment. Hang on, just getting some breaking news. Hang on.
Just nipped
Yeah,
out with her spoons.
apparently she's seen swinging in and out of Wetherspoons with a Leeds top around her head. I'm singing ole, ole, ole. Josh is the king of Manchester. That's what she's singing. Josh can only report what she's singing.
She's correct. I'm not even living in Manchester.
And for Nick, who's not here, somewhere between there and Dover, doing his international rescue, humming to himself the Thunderbird stream. So on that bombshell, we'll see you next week, same time, same place, same channel on both. It is the Fans Perspective podcast. Thank you for watching. Oh, bit of breaking news, Tottenham wise. So just give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. Let me check here. And if it is what I think it is, yes, it is. It is. What's his name? Oh, sorry. It is Solomon is not joining West Ham. The dealing has now fell through. West Ham were looking to pay less than $5 million for Solomon, who joined Spurs in the free transfer 2023. Tottenham wanted added bonuses to that. West Ham said no. So Solomon to West Ham is now off. So there is your bit of breaking news. We're back on at 8 o'clock. Myself, James, and Billy all talking Tottenham transfers, rumours, what's going around. Do get over to Jess. She's on in about 15-20 minutes with the best watch along on time. She's doing 2 watch alongs and maybe doing the midnight one. Maybe she's going to samba live on air. But we keep asking Stace to samba, but she won't do it. But she may well do. But on that bombshell, Josh, finish. Go on. Oh, I'm going to end each podcast, Josh. Finish us with a joke. And we're going to call this Josh Joke Corner. So finish us with a joke or a funny story.
Have a go.
Can you come up with one quick, Jess?
No.
On that bombshell, we see you next week. Goodbye.
3K incoming. Let's go.
Yeah, see you next week. Come on, you Spurs.